Hello everyone, and welcome. Today we have something special. Now, this is something a little bit different. So, this is what we're going to build, but we are building the nanny house. So, what is the nanny house, you ask? Good question. Now, I am doing a challenge that was created by the Obsessed Simmer, and it's called the Nanny Challenge. And this is something that I am doing on stream. So, this is my Friday New Zealand time stream. And I am attempting, I've only on like I've only done one episode, but I needed a house for them to live in. Like, I put in like a temporary house, and then I was like, you know what, this isn't going to do the trick. So I'm going to need a house for this nanny challenge. So this is what I am building today, the nanny challenge house. So what the nanny challenge is basically you have a nanny, and she is living with a family, which is the two parents. There is a teenager, a child, twin infants, and a dog. So it's quite a full household, and I needed quite a big house for that. So I needed a bedroom for the nanny, a bedroom for the parents, a bedroom for the teen. I wanted to give like all the kids like separate bedrooms, right? And a bedroom for the child, and a bedroom, except for the infants, the twins, and an infant to the twins. So it's actually 5 bedrooms. But when I was doing the floor plan, which is what you can sort of see me doing now, because I'm not working toward inspiration or anything like that, what I'm doing is building out the rooms first, because I knew exactly what rooms I needed. So I thought, well, I'll build the rooms out first and worry about the shape of the house later and just make it work. But yeah, I entirely miscounted and did 6 bedrooms plus a dog room. So there could have been like 7 bedrooms. Anyway, there are 6 bedrooms plus a dog room, and there are, I want to say, probably about, I don't actually know how many bathrooms. I'm going to say 3 or 4. So yeah, it's actually quite a big build that we've got on our hands today, and it ended up looking a lot like I hoped. I did a lot of the sort of the growing together vibe on the outside, so sort of greys with the brick and, you know, that sort of thing. So not the brick, the stone. So it's kind of got that growing together vibe on the outside. So it is sort of modern, contemporary suburban is kind of the style that I was going for with this build. And the parents now, they are, because I have actually created the characters. So that's what I did in the first episode of the Nanny Challenge, is that I created the characters. So the characters are the nanny, who's a sweet, family-orientated, cheerful, you know, really nice, loves the kids. The parents are a little bit different. So the dad is ambitious. He is definitely career focused. He's not so family focused. He's definitely career focused. So there's a reason that these guys hired a nanny. Like, they do care about their kids, but they are very aware that they are career focused. They don't have time for the kids so much. They want to have, you know, their kids to have a good life, and they will still do things with the kids. Like, they might go on vacation and that sort of thing, but they are very focused on their careers and bringing in money and making sure that their kids do have a happy lifestyle. And they do like to, as they say, keep up with the Joneses. So they are very focused on having all the best and nicest things, and that's what their careers can get them. So the dad is into sort of fitness, and he's sporty, but he doesn't have a lot of time for sports because he is, you know, obviously wanting to work all the time and bring in the cash. And then the mum is kind of like more, she's kind of got like the jealous trait, and she is ambitious as well. And yeah, so she's a little bit, let's just say meaner. She's not so nice. Like, the dad's a little nicer, but she is definitely a lot harder, a lot less pleasant. She's kind of, you know, the 80s workaholic, power-driven woman. That's kind of her vibe. That was the vibe that I was going for when I made her, because I could sort of see her, you know, in a power suit with the big shoulder pads, and I didn't actually have one of those to put on her, but that's what I could actually kind of see her in as a character, and as like the vibe for her and who she is. So she is definitely not a maternal type of person, but they wanted to have, you know, that perfect family, because that's part of the whole showing off to the neighbors and the friends about how good your life is, kind of thing, by, you know, having the 2.5 kids and the perfect house and, you know, the dog and everything like that. So they've got a dog too. So he's a cute little doggy, a little puppy at this stage, and we will see the little doggy grow up, but very much the nanny will be taking care of the dog as well. So the nanny has to walk the dog every day and basically take care of all the kids. So part of the challenge is that you're not allowed to control any of the kids or any of the other household members except the nanny. You can influence them to do things, but you can't control them. So this is going to be fun. It is a points-driven challenge. So I'm interested to see how this goes anyway. But this is the house that I have built for that challenge. And as you can see, it is coming together. We've got 3 floors. And we've got a couple of levels of decking on the backyard, so that with their pools, they're going to have like some outside time or outside space to enjoy life. And then there's not much of a front yard. There's not like heaps of kids stuff either. It's sort of more made for show on the exterior than it is made for the kids. Like, I think there might be maybe a couple of kids things out on the deck that the nanny has suggested that the family get, but yeah, it wasn't the primary concern for the parents when setting up or moving into the house, was to give the kids like lots of backyard space and lots of toys and stuff on the exterior. So this is me just working out what colors I want to do. So I was initially thinking about going the horse ranch brown, then I decided to go try the grey stone from base game, and then I think I switched it to the grey stone from Growing Together. I mean, they're kind of like quite similar, but the Growing Together one is just like that little bit nicer, you know, as it is, you know, that way. And I was going to go quite grey, so I'm looking at doing a plain grey plaster, but that wasn't quite working for me. Like, it felt like a little bit too drab, so I will change that out as I go along and just sort of work out how this is all gonna shape up, and you know, that sort of thing. But it is coming together as far as colors, and yeah, as I said, it is very much a contemporary sort of suburban home. That is the vibe that I was going for, because that's the kind of family they are. I mean, they're not richy rich. They would like to be, and they are working towards being richy rich, but they aren't richy rich at this point. They work hard to earn their money, but they aren't at the point where like the family can retire to the top of Del Sol Valley and have a house overlooking the valley that is, you know, a giant mansion full of the very, very best things. They aren't there yet, but that is the kind of the aim of the parents. And for the time being, they've got a very nice house in... Where am I building this? I'm going to say I'm building this... Actually, I don't even remember where I built this. I want to say in Brindleton Bay. Could be wrong though. Let me think. Where did I build it? Yes, I built it in Brindleton Bay. I think when I took the photos, I had to change the lots because, yes, it was Brindleton Bay, because it was like Hound's Head or something like that. And then I went to take the photos and all you could see was like a tree, like there's a tree in the way. And I hate that with the lots. Like when you build on a particular lot and you go to take the photo and whatever, and then all you can see is a tree, it's just like, well, what's the point of that? Come on, Sims, fix it, please. It's not that hard to have, like, you know, a visible lot from your camera. Anyway, so I built it in Brindleton Bay, and then I had to move it. I think I moved it to Newcrest to take the photo a little bit later in the build because, yeah, it was blocked entirely. There's like one in Mount Kamarabi. One of the lots in Mount Kamarabi is like you go to take a photo and it's completely blocked by a tree as well. Ugh. Anywho, these little building bugs that annoy me. So we're just on the outside, just going to add all our little bits and pieces on the outside. I mean, there's not like heaps of space in the backyard, so I'm not going to throw like heaps in there, but there will be like a table, a little barbecue space. I think I put like one of the little play tents out there for the kids, so that there is like a nice little space there for the kids. So there is some consideration for the children, but the parents very much have their entertaining area as well. So like the kids go on the upper balcony and the parents with their friends will be down on the lower balcony and they'll be socializing and having their good time right there. This is me just deciding to have a tree behind there and just switching things around a little bit. But it all worked, and there was room in the end. So we've got like, a nice little pool and barbecue area, and I just added in some little gardening things because I thought that maybe the nanny might want to garden some herbs, because she has to cook all the meals fresh every day. Like, they don't do any leftovers in the house. So her having like fresh cooking herbs and stuff like that might be something she would be interested in. So that's the little tent for the kids, and then I'm just doing a little chess table down there as well. I thought that would be good for them to upskill with their logic skill, I did contemplate putting like a toddler pool down there, but I was like, maybe a dollhouse would be better, because then like more age, you got like a greater age range of kids can play with that. Like a toddler pool, only toddlers can play in, as far as I'm aware. But like with the dollhouse, I mean, you've got toddlers can play with that, and children can play with it, and I think teenagers can obviously play with it, and adults can play with it. So yeah, it gives you a little bit more, I guess, entertainment value, more bang for your buck. That's the word I'm going for. So in the interior, I am doing the cats and dog, not the cats and dogs. Yes, no, Eco Lifestyle. Oh, which flooring is it? It's one of my favorite. Eco Lifestyle, I'm sure of it. Anyway, nice light flooring, and then I'm sort of doing grey in the kitchen. Slash bathrooms. This is actually, I'm just working through the bathrooms situation at the moment. So I'm going to do like black floors, white walls, and do that sort of mix there. I don't think I do that in the kitchen. We'll see what I do there. I can't remember that. So I'm just choosing my door. So I'm just doing one of the base game doors in a plain black. So it's going to be quite monochrome on the interior. Or in the interior. Yes, in the interior. I think that makes more sense. So, it's going to be a fairly open flow between each of the rooms downstairs, but because I'm going like black, darker walls, so I'm going brown walls, a lighter brown floor, I think, and then there'll be like quite a lot of black furnishings, just to bring that in. That's just the style and the colours I felt like would suit the parents in this case. I mean, they're not probably what I would call bright colour people. They are very much neutral tones for nice things that will impress people, if that makes sense. So I could definitely see them as, definitely sort of black and white, browns, basic neutrals, definitely not into, so much of the bright colours, but definitely anything that will dress to impress, basically. So this is the downstairs bathroom. So downstairs you've got... what have you got downstairs? I know you've got a separate dining, separate kitchen, and separate living. So those are all the rooms are all separate in this build. I did actually consider, I think we're on the second floor actually. Yes, we are. We're on the second floor, not the bottom floor, but that's right. I built it really out of order. That's right. I decorated it out of order. So like I decorated the middle of the house first, then went up and decorated the top of the house, because the parents have a suite on the top floor all by themselves because they want to be away from the kids. So this is the nanny room on the second floor, and then they're going to have all the kids' rooms on the second floor. So yeah, so the nanny is going to be on the second floor with them. There's actually going to be a spare bedroom downstairs, as well as the dog room downstairs. But yeah, I completely built this like in a weird order. Like I did like the kids' bedrooms and the nanny bedroom in the middle floor first. Then I did the parents' bedroom upstairs, and then I went down and I did all the like living space downstairs last, which is kind of backwards for me. Although sometimes I do start with the bedrooms, I guess. But more often than not, just to get the vibe and the color and stuff of the house, I will like to start with the kitchen. But in this case, I did already know kind of the vibe of the house. So I guess I could have started anywhere in that one. Yeah, thinking about it. Because I think it's quite interesting, like when you're building, if you, versus, you have a build where you have the characters, you know who they are because you've created the characters, versus a build where you're using an inspiration, if you know what I mean. So like you are looking at a picture and you're building from the picture, but you don't have necessarily an idea in your head so much for what the family going in there will be. So because I feel like those two scenarios create like a different kind of build, if that makes sense. So like if I'm building for a family who I know who they are, I'm less likely to use inspiration. I'm more likely to build the rooms as the floor plan and then make the house work. And I'll have a better idea as to what kind of furnishings and that sort of thing I want to do. Whereas if I'm building from an inspiration, I'm probably thinking less of the Sims, although I might think of it as I go along, and as I start decorating, I might start to get the idea and the vibe of who could live in that house. But it's not something that I usually start with when I'm building from an inspiration. So yeah, I've got this inspiration, I build the exterior of the house, then I've got to think about the interior. So more often than not, I will start with like the kitchen in the interior, because thinking about the colors and that sort of thing, you look at the fridge and matching that to the style of the house. So if you've got a contemporary or a modern house, then you're looking at what options you have with a contemporary or modern fridge. And then if you're going more traditional, or you're doing like a Victorian or anything like that, again, you've got to look at the fridges and what color options you have available to you, and whether or not you match the interior and the exterior to each other in some sort of way, or like, you know, keep to the same sort of color palette, or if you do something completely different. You sort of got to make that decision. And I think like fridges really help with that decision making, whereas I feel like because I knew the characters in this particular build, I knew that they would be going naturally towards like a darker palette and a color palette, and they were very much a modern vibe, so very contemporary on top of trends, you know, that sort of thing. So that, yeah, it's quite an interesting divide between how I approach builds, because I probably build less to Sims than I do to inspirations or an idea. So yeah, it does actually make me undertake a build in a different fashion. So yeah, interesting. Anyway, me waffling on. We've done some building in the time being. I've waffled on, and we are currently on a bedroom. We've done, a bathroom. We've already done the teenage boy's bedroom. So there's a teenage boy, and he's kind of, I've gone like with a blue palette for him. I can't remember what his personality was like. I feel like he was like slightly sporty. I can't quite remember, but I definitely remember like the girl, she was super into pink. So she was the child, and yes, super into pink. Now this is the kids' bathroom, if you couldn't tell. So I'm putting like all this sort of watery decals on the wall. There is one of the kits that comes with these. I think it's Bust the Dust, actually. Weirdly enough, like it's not like the kind of kit you would think would come with like watery decals, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's from Bust the Dust. And they're actually really cute. So, you know, kind of perfect for a kid's bathroom. Now, this bedroom here will evolve a little bit. So this is going to be my pink-loving child's... No, wrong. This is the infant room. Okay, so the infants are twins, and it's a boy and a girl. So I wanted to do it in sort of like a greeny kind of bluey teal. Is kind of the vibe that I was going for, because a lot of the house, the pop of color in this house is going to be blue, so that's going to be the contrast color from the neutrals. So I still wanted to bring that into the infant room, make it really practical for the family to be able to upgrade this to a toddler room, because obviously the kids don't stay as infants for very long. It is a pretty quick progression from infant to toddler to child, and once you hit child, obviously you'll need you'll have a little bit more time to play around with. But this is a room that is fairly decent sized, and it should be able to fit them in through here up until, you know, they hit teenagers. And then we've got an extra room in the house, so if we do need to split the two kids up into different rooms later on in the challenge, I mean, I don't know how long this challenge will go for, but we'll see. I can't remember. Maybe they have to stay up until the young adults. It's a point-driven challenge, but I can't remember how it ends. Anyway, there is plenty of room in the house, so if they do need to move into separate rooms, they can do that at a later date. But for now, there is plenty of room there. I did want to put like a rocking chair in there for the nanny, so that if she's sitting there and she can rock the kids to sleep, or sit there feeding them, bottle feeding them or whatever, then she can. So this room here, this is going to be my girly pink room, which you can probably tell straight away. So she's the child of the house, and she is all about the girly things. She loves pink. And this room was a little bit of an evolution to try and work out which bed, which colour wallpaper, which rugs, you know, that sort of thing. But I got there in the end. I think I was influenced a little bit by the pastel pop kit, so that played into it, and also high school years as well also played into it a bit. So plenty of pink things though. Like pink is, there's quite a prevalent amount of pink in the game, so you know, there was lots of options, particularly for like a little girl's room and stuff. So got there in the end. It was just a matter of working out which pinks, which ones I wanted to use, and how I wanted to use it at the end of the day. And yeah, I was like, oh, this pastel pop actually works really nicely with the wallpaper, because it's got like the sort of the orange swirls through, which kind of reflects the flowers in the wallpaper and stuff. And then you've got your cats and dogs little desk, and then I think it's pastel pop chair as well, so, and the pastel pop couch and little bits and pieces. So I thought that was going to be absolutely perfect for a little girl who loves being girly and loves pink things and pretty things, you know. So just did everything that I possibly could to make it pink on pink on pink for her. So much pink. Like a cat went in there and vomited up pink. Blah, all over the place. But yeah, I managed to put like lots of cute things. I was going to put like a dollhouse in there. Then I was like, oh, well, there's a dollhouse outside. Do we need 2 dollhouses? Probably not. I did consider doing like some more sort of stacked rugs. I'm not sure. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I kept them all. Although I did kind of like it. But it was quite a lot. Like, it made the room quite busy. Because, I mean, there's a lot going on with the wallpaper. And then, like, you throw, like, a whole lot of stuff happening on the walls. And it's just like, oh, you know, that's quite a lot. But she's got, like, lots of really good things in there. She's got, like, a toy chest, the violin. And she's got, like, a cute little cushion and book nook kind of thing going on. So you can just sit there comfy and read her books. She's got a computer in there, you know. She's a pretty lucky girl, but, you know, it is the family. They don't squander the old pennies, or they don't hoard the old pennies. They don't keep, you know, they don't stop spending on their kids. They're not afraid to spend on their kids, the parents. They're quite happy to, but that's kind of like buying their love kind of thing. You know, it's like, shh, here, have a toy. You know, there's that kind of parenting when the nanny has her odd day off, as you do. And I thought that cute little piggy chair would work perfectly in her room. And then I'm just looking for like a little lamp to go beside it. That was actually a little bit tricky. There was a bit of a dearth in the way of pretty lamps. And then I thought, oh, hang on, what about sparkle lights? So I'm just going to hang up like some little lights around the place. So I thought I'd do one style of light around there. And obviously I can never get it quite right the first time. So it's always going to require a bit of jiggling around. And then I thought I could do some different lights along the other wall, just to mix it up, because she loves the lights. And I thought, you know, do a slightly lower version, just above the bed. I don't know, girls like sparkly lights. I would have loved sparkly lights when I was a girl. So in the, I guess it's like the upstairs lounge area. So I did like the llama game table, and added like some family photos, because I thought, you know, it's going to be like a little family space, really. I don't think the parents would spend much time there, but I feel like the nanny and her kids would spend quite a bit of time there. And yeah, not much else in the space, but it's a little hangout spot anyway. I thought I could like put like, yeah, a chair and a end table there, so maybe somewhere for the nanny to sit while the kids are playing and, you know, chat with them or whatever. So I'm just changing it slightly to the blue rather than the aqua, because I felt like that worked a little bit better with the rest of the room. So that is our middle floor done. So now we are moving to the upstairs floor. So I'm actually going to put a fireplace in there, because we had a chimney running up the side of the building. I didn't do that on the second floor, so we skipped a second floor fireplace, but we will put a fireplace on the ground floor and the top floor. So the bathroom, this is a bigger bathroom because it's the parents' bathroom. So I thought we could do the flashest of the flash baths. So this is the Jet Spa luxury spa bath thing. and I thought we can create like a little cute area with candles, maybe some plants, and maybe a table book or something like that on it. So yeah, just create like a really nice chill relaxing spot, because you know the mum's been at work all day, the dad's been at work all day, and they just want to come home and chill out and not worry about things. I mean, this is part of why they hired a nanny, because they don't want to come home to a whole lot of worries and concerns and noise and having to do things. Instead, they want to just come home, chill out, have a nice meal, say hello to the children, like, hello children, bye bye children, you know, that kind of thing. So they need like a nice bathroom for that. So I gave them like a little, you know, a little decent size bathroom. It's not like massive, but it's a good decent size where you can fit in a bath and, you know, a nice little counter area as well. Cause you can see that there where I'm putting in the little bits and pieces of clutter, because, you know, they are both working people and presentation does come into their job. So they've got to make sure that they are presentable for their clients. So just getting in their little bits and pieces there so that they can make themselves presentable, make sure they've got the clean teeth and they smell good, you know, the whole kit and caboodle. So that is their lovely bathroom coming together, and then we need to have a toilet, and I was like, oh, it kind of ruins the whole vibe of that bathroom to have a toilet, so why don't I put a toilet like off to the side? And then I did like a two wide toilet, and then it looked kind of weird just having that little indent there, so I end up extending it out and doing like toilet and hand basin in there, so that, you know, they've got like a separate little toilet. So if someone is in there having a bath, so say the husband's in there having a nice long bath after a hard day at the office, and then the wife, if she needs to go to the bathroom, she doesn't have to go downstairs to do it, she can just go upstairs and do it, and without disturbing her hubby and his relaxation chill out time. So I thought that was good, made it work. And then I did a walk-in wardrobe rather than doing a big wardrobe area. I wanted to do like a walk-in wardrobe in this room. More often than not, I will do an exterior kind of wardrobe, but I thought with these people, having a walk-in wardrobe would kind of be more their thing. So into our little fireplace area, I'm going with the Decor to the Max chairs, because I really like the pattern on them, and I feel like these people more lean themselves towards a touch of maximalism. So, you know, that overt way of showing off their wealth, you know. So people, when they come in, they can see like these fabulous pieces, almost art-like pieces of furniture in their house. So, you know, they do have that wealthy vibe, showing off for the neighbors kind of thing, you know. So I felt like Decor to the Max did work really nicely with that. Obviously Modern Luxe fits within that as well. Just going, you know, rich and luxurious, and maybe a little touch of the maximalism in there as well. And then I realized I could put like the Modern Luxe TV up above the fireplace. I mean, that would be absolutely perfect. I decided that I wanted to go with a black tile on the interior of the fireplace rather than having the stone that matches the chimney. I kind of, yeah, it just was not, it wasn't vibing with me with the interior. It didn't work. And I thought, well, it's entirely possible that the exterior and the interior of the chimney would be different. And I felt like the black tile actually worked really nicely with the rest of the style of the house, opposed to having like the stone and the sort of the grey with like touches of pink. It just, no, it wasn't working. So changed it out, and I'm just doing like a little home office area in their bedroom, because, you know, bedrooms are very multifunctional these days. A lot of people work from home or have hobbies and that sort of thing. So having, you know, quite a lot of things going on in your bedroom, where you might have like a little vanity area, might have like a little home office area, might have like a fireplace reading nook area. You know, that's it's kind of on trend for bedrooms at the moment, to make them a multi-use kind of space. So I'm just working out what I'm going to do with the rest of the space. I was considering putting a couch in there. So I'm just working out what couch I'm going to use. And I also want to put like a little bit of greenery or artwork around here as well. So just using the blooming rooms hanging plant there. And then I was thinking about what to put there. So I've used the Decor to the Max hall table, just a little stereo, because I thought, well, you know, they probably want to have a little bit of chill music, you know, listen to a bit of classical or something just to chill out while they're hanging out in their room. But that is just about their room done. I did want to put like a little doggy area in here. So like the doggo could come and sit up, sleep up here if doggo wanted to. They've got that option, but they also have their own room downstairs. Entirely spoiled. That's going to be our doggo. Very, very spoiled. They're going to have everything they could possibly want. Little cutie. So we are just about done here, just doing the last rugs. And then I think we are, ready to head downstairs. Can you believe it? So downstairs we have 2 bathrooms. So we're going to have the ensuite to the spare room, and then we're just going to have a visitor bathroom. This is going to be the doggo bedroom here. So this is going to be all kitted out for our doggo. And then that sort of all flows through to, so that's open so the dog can go in and out of there. I just wanted to keep that easy access for the dog. And for the humans if they want to sit in there and play with doggo and play with the toys, you know, that sort of thing. So that's all open flow to the living room, and then the living room is open flow to the dining room, and the dining is open flow to the kitchen. So it is open flow, but it isn't wholly open because they are all separate rooms. But I did have the industrial kit doors just running in between the 3 main rooms there. So my idea for the doggo room was basically I wanted to have as many doggo... I mean, the problem with the dog stuff is that there isn't as much dog stuff as there is cat stuff. Like the cats have like cute towers and, you know, things like that. Whereas the dog has like a dog bed and food and that's it. And maybe a toy box. So it was a little bit more limited as to what I could do there with the doggo. But I thought, you know, what if I put up like lots of cool little doggo paintings? That you know, it would be like doggo vibe. The dog can look at the paintings and they'd be like, yeah, this is my place, this is dog place, you know. So this is the guest bathroom. So this is for visitors and that sort of thing in the downstairs space. I did want to make sure that I put a potty in there so that if the kids are wandering around downstairs when they get a little bit older, the twin infants, then they've got somewhere to go downstairs as well, just to, you know, just in case. Because there's a point where the toddlers can't manage stairs, so it depends on how well they're doing with their milestones and everything like that, if they've managed to up their skills with their movement skills and that sort of thing so they can navigate the stairs. But if they can't navigate the stairs and they're downstairs with the nanny, then they can just go into the downstairs bedroom and deal with their potty situation. So then we've got the spare bedroom, I guess it is. It's kind of the extra bedroom. So if we wanted to put like the nanny down here, I mean, that's a possibility and she can just be downstairs, but I kind of thought it was more fitting for her to be on the second floor with the kids. So this is kind of like a guest bedroom. It's pretty simple as far as that goes, just because it had that idea, but I did want to put in like your dresser and that sort of thing just to make it, you know, fully functioning. So if, like, you know, there is a guest there, they can come and stay easily, enjoy the room. Or potentially, you know, we might want to get a butler at some point. Maybe it could be a butler room. I don't know. But as I said, you know, as the kids are getting older, maybe the twins will want to split into separate rooms, and we might want to do separate rooms for the 2 twins. And then we've got that option there. So we've got that extra bedroom floating around. Thank you, Velvet, for miscounting when she was doing the floor plan. Just did too many bedrooms. That's the truth of it, really. Anyway, so I thought we could like get a little desk in there, and it could have like a little computing area, hobby. So it's kind of like the spare room, kind of hobby room. There's little bits and pieces that can be done in that room, which will be quite handy for the Sims as they get around with their lives, you know. And I thought we could do like a little bench under there, so a little bit of extra seating as well. And then I thought, why not actually get the Modern Luxe cushions and put them along the back of the bench, so it's like kind of like a little window seat. I thought that would be cute, so I just did that. Mix it up a little bit, you know. I don't often play around with the cushions in Modern Luxe, but probably should. I should use them more. It's handy to have them. I wish we had more of them, and I wish they clipped, you know, you had the option to clip them onto the couches. I kind of see why we don't have that option, because with the way that they do those spaces and stuff like that, I don't feel like they can limit what will go on that space. So, you know, if you're thinking about how shelf spaces work and that sort of thing, I mean, it doesn't matter what the item is, it's about the size of the item. So if you're doing a shelf space, it's only got like a small snap spot, you know, and like if it's a larger spot, like a counter spot, it has a medium snap spot. And maybe it's a table, it has a larger snap spot. So it's about the size of the item rather than what the item is. So with couches and stuff, it could mean that you could snap like odd things on couches. And also it might make it difficult with the whole seating things, and depending on how the whole sim animation seating thing works. So yeah, I can kind of see why we don't have that as an option in the Sims. But yeah, it would be nice nonetheless. So I'm just doing the hallway at the moment. So I've done a couple of the modern luxe seats in the corner. I thought having a nice little seating area in the hall entrance is, you know, nice and welcoming, and once again they're really nice seats and shows off sort of a luxe image. So, you know, not a bad thing at all. So I'm just doing like the little hanging hall closet thingy, an umbrella picture, and then I just need a little rug for in there. And I did flop on what kind of size rug I wanted. I was initially thinking a larger rug, then I was thinking, oh, maybe I just want something by the door. And that's what I ended up with. So this is our living area. It's a bit of an odd shape, like it's quite long and narrow-ish. But I think I made it work. So I was playing around with the decor to the Max kit. So I wanted to see what our options were there for like end tables, coffee tables, couches, chairs, that sort of thing. So there is like a matching couch chair combo there, as you can see, in black, which I think is lovely. And I added some black and white photos, and I was just working on what to do with the floor mat. And I ended up going with black, although I did like the green. The green actually worked really nicely with that seating, but it didn't work with the rest of the house. So I did think about it, I did contemplate, but it was kind of like the green was kind of out of the blue, if you don't mind me mixing my colour metaphors up a little bit. So that is the entertainment area for the lounge. And then I thought, well, I might do like a TV area kind of separate in there. So somewhere like, you know, if there's guests over, then they can talk separately there, and then the kids can be a little bit elsewhere watching the TV. There wasn't really much in the way of space in there, just with the way that the windows and the doors and stuff were done. There wasn't like a really good space to put the TV against. So I kind of had to put that mid-room, but I think it works okay. And then I sort of had this space here, and I thought, well, you know, let's put an end table and maybe a chessboard in there. So, you know, it is still a family room. So I did contemplate putting something under the stairs, but decided not to. I was thinking about doing a little computer under the stairs, but I thought, well, there's already a computer downstairs in the spare bedroom, so I think we can do without it. So this is the dining room. So the dining room I kept pretty simple. I did want to have like the what are they called? High chairs. I wanted to have the high chairs separate from the dining table, because I still wanted the family to have the options of more formal entertainment if they wanted to do that, because I feel like maybe there are times when the parents want to have like clients over or friends over or that sort of thing. So I have used the Cool Kitchen kit stuff pack for the dining table and the chairs and that sort of thing. So they are, I think the reason I chose those more than like a chair with a more rich luxe appearance was that they had like quite a sleek modern look to them. I sort of thought that would appeal to the parents as far as look, and then sort of bring the luxe in with the rug that's underneath, because it's got that sort of plush look. So I thought that counterbalanced, the fact that the modern chairs don't necessarily look as luxe, but bringing in the luxe rug still adds a touch of the the luxe vibe to the room, which is, you know, very much on brand with the parents. So I was just playing around with what kind of hutch could go in there. Yeah, the hutches are kind of sad. A sad situation, because I did really want that horse ranch one in there. Was it horse ranch or jungle adventure? Oh no, maybe it's jungle adventure. But it just really stylistically just did not work with the rest of the room. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to go with the paranormal stuff pack one, and because it just kind of looked the sleekest out of all of them. So that's what I went with. And then just adding a little touch in the corner, and then I think that room is just about done. So then we can move on to the kitchen, and it's a nice big kitchen as well. So there is plenty of space in here for like extra seating. So like if the kids need to eat like in the evenings or something like that, if the parents are entertaining, then the kids can eat in here while the parents have friends over. Or, you know, maybe it's just a casual breakfast in the kitchen in the mornings, and the parents want some peace and quiet to, you know, chitty chat, or wake up in the morning, have their coffee, whatever. Then there is some seating options in here as well. So I'm just sort of fiddling around with getting the rubbish bin under the bench. So just using the shrinking dishwasher trick just to put the rubbish bin under the bench, tidy it, you know, keep it nice and tidy in a way, because I mean there was plenty of counter space and that sort of thing along there, so I felt like that was fine to do. Plus I wanted to put some little bits and pieces up on the wall, so I did do some shelving up there just so I can add some little pieces up on the wall as well, and just make it look like this is a user-friendly kind of lived-in kitchen that does get frequent use. And it will get frequent use because the nanny's going to be in here cooking fresh meals every day. I don't know how that's going to go. Anyway, she's going to get good at cooking pretty fast, isn't she? So I tried to use some different bits and pieces from what I normally use. I mean, there's my go-to stuff, which is Cool Kitchen and Home Chef Hustle. I always use that stuff, but that's because it's amazing stuff, so that's why I always use it. But I did try to spread my wings a little bit, use some different stuff. I'm still using bits and pieces from those packs, but still trying to mix it up a little bit. I try, you know, I try. But I think if it came out quite nicely. I mean, I know it's a dark house, but it just did really suit the owners of the house. I think that's the vibe. But this is the last room that we have to decorate, so I think that's pretty cool. So we're just about finished with our build, amazing as that seems. I'm just going to put in some wall clutter. So I was talking about Home Chef Hustle and Cool Kitchen, so this is what this is. But I mean, it's got the best wall clutter in the out of all the packs. So yeah, what you going to do? It is what it is. So I'm just going to choose a rug, and then we are going to take a tour of what we did. Just like that, we are done. The nanny house. So here we go. This is the house on the exterior. So we've used a lot of the growing together colors on the exterior. It's got that growing together vibe. I kind of feel like it would work really nicely in San Sequoia, this house. I have photographed it in Newcrest, as I mentioned. The lot that I built it on in Brindleton Bay was just like a giant tree in the way of the camera, so that was no good. I like the landscaping and how that's going to be good for the family. Like, they would definitely have a gardener come to maintain the house. They would have, I mean, they've got a nanny, and they're going to have probably maybe a maid. I don't know if I'm allowed a maid. I'd like a maid. So this is the little seated area. This is the entertainment area for downstairs, and I went with decor to the max for that. I'm going through to the dining room. So quite simple, sort of black and white and monochrome. Bring in the luxe with the furry rug, and then same sort of colors again in the kitchen, sort of black and white, very monochrome. And I think that rug actually added such a modern hit to the room. I think it's quite lovely, that kitchen. And then moving into the spare bedroom downstairs. So this is our extra bedroom to do with as we please, and that's the ensuite there. So it's got like the extra bedding and towels and stuff there. This is Doggo's room. Cute little doggo, so it's all like toys and it's mat and stuff. And this is the guest bathroom downstairs, so pretty basic, but I did make sure that I put a bath in there and a potty for the kids if they're downstairs. Then this is the kids area upstairs and into the kids bathroom, so with all the little watery decals on the wall, which I thought were cute, and into the nanny's bedroom. So this is pretty simple, but it's got her little bits and pieces of clutter in there. So it is lived in, and she's going to take use of that. And then this is one of the bathrooms upstairs. So nice and flexible with bath and shower. Into the teen boy's bedroom. So went with like touches of blue for him, and definitely like a nice study area and music. And then this is the child, who is a girl, who is into pink, as you might have guessed from the pinkness of the room. It's very pink. So then we are going through to the infants room, so twin infants in this bedroom, and we went with a nice teal in that room. Lots of colour, lots of bright, and lots of room for them to grow in that room. Then up to the third floor, this is the parents' bedroom, and I've used a lot of modern luxe and decor to the max in this room. So it is very reflective of who they are as people, into the modern sort of vibe and luxeness of their life. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have fun, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye.